At least 300 TSA agents have quit their jobs as the partial government shutdown stretches into its fourth week. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy made the announcement today. He also said the number of TSA agent call-outs have doubled from what they were before the shutdown. Agents have already missed a partial payment and a full payment. Passengers have been stuck in long lines at Newark, Austin, and more airports this weekend. The lengthy delays have not hit Chicago, at least yet. The president for the union representing Illinois TSA workers said Chicago could be affected soon with spring break nearing.
I do believe that we will see an impact on the Chicagoland area starting next week. Speaking to our members, they are totally out of resources.
Funding for the Department of Homeland Security lapsed last month during a political standoff between Republicans and Democrats over federal immigration enforcement.
And I want to say this too, because this next video I'm playing has to do exactly with that. This guy, he was saying he doesn't want to be used as a political pawn because they can't get their shit together. You know what I'm saying? So these people suffer. They're like, okay, we don't get what we want. We shutting down the government, at least partially, and we're going to stop all transportation when it comes to the airs. And we ain't going to pay nobody that's in the government. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. You can't do that. You're holding these people's lives for ransom. I just think it's unfair. It's not fair. This guy even says it. Check it out. Check this video out.
You may have somebody who's a dedicated profiteer.
And Mr. Jones, I know you're probably supposed to stay apolitical, but I'm wondering if you can humor me for a second, because what we're seeing right now is lawmakers on both sides of the aisle engage in a blame game, pointing fingers at each other, trying to blame one another, Republicans and Democrats, for the shutdown that we're seeing right now. In your opinion, which party is to blame for what we're seeing? Who is at fault here? And in your conversations with other TSA workers, who are they blaming?
Actually, the funny part about that question is they actually don't blame any party. The funny thing that I've heard from my coworkers, they're just sick and tired of being pawns for each party, because each party has used the federal workers to their benefit, whether this shutdown or the previous shutdown. It doesn't matter. We're tired of being the pawns on the chessboard. And I think that's the message that the majority of TSA officers would convey to Congress. Say, look, it's not the Democrats, Republicans, or independents. It's
simple as that. Stop using them as pawns, because these are real people. These people fall behind in their bills every time you stop them. And then what? Then they behind, they got to keep working. And then on top of that, it's like, okay, imagine your bills due. And you know, it's the fault of their own, but that's every American. They live in check to check. But when you stop somebody's money, you think they don't have to pay late fees? They got a credit card. They got hella credit card debt in this country. They got to pay late fees when they did that. They almost effed up their credit. You know, last time it took them like a month, maybe 2 months almost, before they got paid. What do you think that does to somebody's credit card when they didn't pay their minimum, or they didn't pay anything to their credit card balance? You just messed this person's credit up. Oh, it's okay. We'll just throw a lump sum in. We'll just give it to you all at once. We're going to tax it higher now, but we're going to give it to you all at once. So you know, just wait. No, they're not pawns. These are human beings. They went to TSA for a safe job because it's a government job, and they're protecting people. How about they just take a blind eye to shit that's going through? How about they just, this nigga got explosives. I'm just going to turn around. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see nothing. Did you see something? That's the type of threat that's the mentality. I guarantee you this type of, I work with people like that too. If nobody's working for free. If you don't pay, you don't play. And you don't want people to really test that out, because people will allow people to bring weapons and shit that they not supposed, liquids over the 8 ounces, whatever amount they say your liquid limit is. People will allow them to get through snacks. You know what I'm saying? They will allow those individuals to get through. Why? Because they're not simply getting paid. I'm not getting paid to look for that. I'm a play for play type of guy. If you don't pay me, I don't stay. But since you're forcing me, that you're threatening my job, I got to be here. Okay, I'll come, but I'm gonna half-ass the job. And then, you know, they're doing it again. They're, like he said, they're not pawns. This is a game, and I'll say this, and this is, I know everybody in this chat is going to agree with me. And if you're in the chat, tell me if you agree with this or not. I think all the politicians, House, Senate, everybody, no one gets paid if the government shut down. Simple as that. That's how you keep things rapid. That's how you keep things moving very fast and rapidly. No one gets paid at all. And I think they tried to do that, but the Republicans tried to shut it down. No, if y'all want to shut the government down, you don't get paid neither. Then they don't get paid neither. Now let's have a little sense of urgency here. Since no one gets paid, maybe we'll open the government quicker and come to a solution. Instead, with like they said, they hold the people that are the poorest, because these politicians, they're getting $180,000, $200,000 a year, $250,000. Plus they trafficking shit, and then they know the stock market and stuff, doing trades under the table. You know what I'm saying? Fraud and money, millions. But then the little man like this guy, like, they suffer the most. They got a real family. They're doing this because not only they trying to protect their country, they're trying to feed their family. It's a damn shame what we do to our people. Don't you think? I think so. And this is the reason why I didn't want to get into that type of job, because I knew that at one point these motherfuckers going to get into an argument inside the government. Next thing you know, I can't feed my son. We're going to have to sell something on the corner just to get a bite of a man's sandwich. You know what I'm saying? We don't want that. And that's for anybody. It's almost a volatile job. Yes, your money is promised and you'll get it later, but you need your money now. You heard them commercials. It's my money and I need it now. That's what they should be saying, for real, because this ain't J.G. Wentworth. You know what I'm saying? But this is what is going on. This is the truth, man. These guys can be used for that. So if I know everybody should agree with this, I think they should push it. No politician can get paid if the government shut down. And I mean everybody. The government shut down. If you're governmentally funded, no one gets money. That's how we're going to play this. Now let's see how fast we come to a solution when no one's getting money. Right. So that being said, man, these guys aren't pawns. Let's keep it going.
The fact that we're tired of being blamed, used as the pawns. We elected politicians to Congress, the legislators, and they have been serving parties for far too long. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle, and they need to represent their constituents, not the parties.
Mr. Jones, I want to play some sound from two TSA agents, and hear them echo some of the words you've been saying.
It's unbearable, and we're already one of the lowest paid government employees. Our agency doesn't pay us top wage like the rest of the government agencies. We're not on the same pay scale. We deserve just a paycheck, not a promise.
It's really sad, and it's terrible that TSA officers are being used as pawn, held hostage for something that's not a partisan issue. We're not asking for anything that's extraordinary, out of the norm, or whatever. We're asking to be paid.
Simple.
We're asking you to do your job.
And Mr. Jones, I wanted to play that so people understand that the words that they hear you saying are being.
And like they said, it's that simple. We just want to get paid. They should not be used as pawns. That's not right. These are regular American people. They have nothing to do with that shit, nor do they even have a say what goes on. If you're going to make somebody suffer, let the politicians suffer. It's your boy, Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe. This is the Savage Report. Reporting live.